Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Jennifer Liu, founder of the Coffee Academics, a leading coffee specialty store here in Hong Kong. Jennifer, great to have you here. Can you share with us a little bit more detail about the Coffee Academics? Because some people perhaps don't know you that well.
Well, thank you, Anson. The Coffee Academics actually started early in 2010. So, basically it's a space, a platform we created in Causeway Bay, Hong Kong. Open door policy and, inviting all coffee experts, people who love coffee, connoisseurs, new joiners to come, learn, play, experience from each other. So we had a lot of events like book launches, like movie nights, and also art jamming with coffee, a lot of interactive sessions. So there we collected a lot of great friendships, and then eventually in 2012 we decided to launch the Coffee Academics first retail store in Causeway Bay, because the landlord was a German owner. So he was very, very open-minded about us putting a roastery on site. So it eventually became the first specialty coffee house in Hong Kong with a on-site roastery right next to the store.
Wow. Yeah. How did you come up with the idea for the Coffee Academics?
So I think Hong Kong was very much about chain coffee in the past 15, 20 years. So when I came back from the US, I've always missed how there were very boutique, very individualized coffee houses where there's a lot of character, that's a lot about the coffee origin, about the farmers, about the arts and science of coffee. So naturally, being an architect, I was very interested with doing individual designs for all different outlets. So up to today, we have 16 outlets in Hong Kong, Singapore, Shanghai, Beijing, and upcoming in Shenzhen.
Wow. Yes. And what inspired you to set up the Coffee Academics?
Well, I've always been a big fan of coffee. So, starting at 6, I already had my first taste of coffee when I was with my father. So, every Sunday brunch, he would be drinking coffee, and it was like a ceremony for my 6th birthday to be able to try coffee. And I then got addicted since then.
Wow. And I think it's fair to say that you really are truly a coffee connoisseur. But Jennifer, perhaps I can ask you to share with us, because I know for a fact that setting up your own business and really driving a new startup is not a bed of roses. There are a lot of challenges. So can you share with us perhaps one or two of those challenges?
Well, having a business that is starting up in Hong Kong is naturally rather expensive,
yes.
Comparing to the rest of the world because of, how expensive Hong Kong is. To begin with, the rental expenses, the labor expenses. But then once you have brand built up, I think Hong Kong, it's very mature in a sense that they know what it's a good product versus a very mediocre product. So we've been quite lucky also to be able to put together a team, a lot of young millennials in the team that will be very, very dedicated to the brand and also to the company to build this forward. So after 16 outlets, we now have plans to expand, and the teamwork is so important. I think that is one very big challenge. So we always have to be doing the right things with our brand, and also to work with our team members, explain to them what the brand ethos is about. So I won't call it a challenge, but I think it's an ongoing process.
Yes, absolutely. It's an ongoing process. And I think you're absolutely right. It's serving the next generation of consumers, these young, trendy millennials, like yourself, of course. But of course, Hong Kong is really starting to become this new startup ecosystem, and there's a lot of cool businesses, a lot of cool startups. How's that helped you, or has that helped your business?
Absolutely. We're very excited that, first of all, Shenzhen, it's so nearby, and there is a lot going on in Shenzhen as well. But Hong Kong, being a slightly more mature city, has its advantages as well. So I think a lot of the offices based here in Hong Kong are main corporate customers. So we have, a lot of corporate pantry services, also their kiosk services, that, we had the opportunity to work with all these tech companies, and also the young millennials who will come to our stores a lot. Sometimes it's like the second office, lots of discussions and ideas that were created inside the coffee shop. So, very happy that, we picked up a lot on the tech millennials experience, starting with our new shops that will have like new customer experiences, as well as a personalized blending service.
Wow. Personalized blending service, and I think that is, again, that's a great example of how you need to really drive customer service to that next level. That's really, really so important. And of course, technology and innovation, even within the coffee business, is growing and developing. And I know, talking to your team members and Franz, your CEO, that's important as well. The introduction of those new technologies, being more innovative, and of course dealing with all of this growing number of tech-savvy millennials. Jennifer, perhaps just in conclusion, can you share with us a little bit about what is your startup passion? Because I know you're a very passionate, of course, founder.
Well, I think the love of coffee, it's one thing that's very big. But also, what I love about coffee is how we connect to many different people. And it has an art and a science and a humanity side to it. So we keep this balance very well with the coffee academics. We deal with a lot of people. We cope with new technologies. We build with new apps and all that. But also we take care of our people, and we take care of our farmers. We take care of our customers. So that is one thing I feel that makes the coffee academics very, very special.
It is indeed very, very special. And as you said, Jennifer, it's about the people, but it's also about the community, and it's about the new innovation and technology as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'll agree, listening to Jennifer Liu, founder of the Coffee Academics, makes me very, very thirsty. We need a coffee. Thank you.
Let's go have a coffee.
Thank you very much.